Hello, my name is Eve Whaling and I am a first year Business Management with Finance student studying at Leeds Beckett University. In this blog I am going to talk about my buyer behaviour. First I will start by defining the term marketing. The Chartered Institute of Marketing defines this with the management process responsible for identifying, anticipating and satisfying customer requirements profitably. Essentially this means providing the products which consumers want. I'm going to talk about two recent purchases which I have made and the process I went through in order to make these purchases. Before this, I'll explain to you the widely recognised different buying situations consumers experience when making purchases. Firstly, there is routine problem solving. These are regular purchases with relatively low risk associated and require little marketing activity. Next, there is limited problem solving. These are less frequent purchases for more deliberate problem solving. As well as this, they are moderately expensive and so hold slightly more risk than the first. Finally, there is extended problem solving. These are very infrequent purchases with long-term commitment as they hold serious investment and therefore hold more risk in the purchase than the first do. Although I will not be speaking about the third buying situation in detail, an example of this is buying a house or a car. The first purchase I made was a ham and cheese sandwich at lunchtime, which was a routine purchase. This was a business-to-consumer purchase and I am going to use the consumer decision-making process theory by Gosney and Richardson to explain this buy. This theory first starts out with the problem recognition. This problem was that it was lunchtime, I was hungry and I had limited time before I needed to catch the train. Next there is information search. I looked for all the nearest shops which I knew to sell quick, fast and on-the-go food. Then it was information evaluation. I assessed all the nearby options. There were Tesco, Boots, Greggs, which I all knew sold sandwiches I could purchase. After this, there was the purchase. I weighed up the pros and cons from each seller and decided to buy the meal deal option from Boots. I know Boots have a good reputation for high quality food, and although I may have got this purchase cheaper elsewhere, there is a possibility my buying habits sway towards Boots more due to my Boots card and collecting the points. These benefits may outweigh the higher price that I paid in the future. Finally, there was post-purchase evaluation. I was extremely happy with my buy and I will purchase the sandwich again as it solved my problem that I faced. The second purchase I made was a set of Victoria's Secret pink loungewear. This is a limited problem-solving purchase as I make these purchases much less frequently and I'm often faced with the problem of whether to buy or not to buy. I'm going to use a theory of planned behaviour in explaining this purchase. This begins with attitude. Every person has a favourable or unfavourable perception of the behaviour in question. I have a positive attitude as I enjoy purchasing this loungewear set. Then there is the subjective norms. This is a perceived social pressure to perform or not to perform this behaviour. Victoria's Secret is a very popular brand and I may be under the social pressure to purchase this more over cheaper alternatives such as New Look. Next, there is the perceived behavioural control. This is the ease or difficulty of making the purchase. Rationally, I must think whether or not I need new loungewear or whether I am just spending money on the brand. This carries on to intention. This is how much I am willing to buy the loungewear or not. And finally, this leads to behaviour. This is carrying out the decision and me making my purchase. Attitudes, subjective norms and perceived behavioural control all impact the intention, which leads to a behaviour. Each one may have more or less of an impact on intention. For example, my attitudes may have affected my intention the most as I enjoy buying new loungewear from Victoria's Secret, and so this may have had the biggest contribution to me making the purchase. This has been my buyer behaviour vlog. Thank you for watching.